Today on BladeHQ.com, we're taking a look at the Emerson Multitasker. EDC1 is the number on it. Very cool little multi-tool. It's got a ton of different features and thrills built into it. Great design by Ernie Emerson and crew. So, very cool. I'm going to go over the specs on it with you. I got to look at this one back at the SHOT Show in January, but I haven't had a chance to really play with it and get really close up on it and show you it in detail. So here we go. First of all, the length on the blade is 2.6 inches, so kind of a smaller blade. You can kind of see the recurve in there. As well, it's got the Emerson wave feature on it, which I think is great because you can stick it in your pocket. While we're here, let's do a pocket shot. Stick it in your pocket and then rip it out, and that wave is going to catch on your pocket and open right up. So it's ready for action, ready for use immediately, pulling it out of your pocket. I think this is one of the very fastest mechanisms out there. I mean, it's not an automatic. You don't have to push any buttons or anything. You just rip it out of your pocket and it's ready to go. So very cool. Emerson's wave feature there. You can see that pocket clip is removable, not reversible. It's got to be tip up carry for that wave to function right. You can see an Emerson skull right on there as well. So that's the first feature. As well, this it's made out of D2 steel. Comes in a plain edge, which I've got here, as well as a partially serrated version. So that's tool number one. Tool number two here is a Phillips screwdriver. If I can get it out, right there. And the cool thing about this is it's got two stops on it. So there's a stop right there, and then there's a button right here on the back that you can push. So if you want to close it from stop number 1, 90 degrees, or you want to open it all the way to 180 degrees, you just push that button. So push the button down and change your angle, which is nice because if you want to put a lot of torque on this tool, it's nice to have that locking 90-degree angle. At the same time, if you want that 180 degrees, you've got that as well. All of these tools, I should mention, have a nail nick on them too. So I like that. So you can just snag it right there. That's the Phillips screwdriver. Just get it in the nail nick. The blade has the same thing right there with the nail nick. So you don't necessarily have to use that wave feature. Detent here isn't 100% amazing. You can kind of see a little bit of wobble there, but it's definitely going to stay closed, no problems. Let's check the, oh, by the way, this is a liner lock. You can see the lockup right there. Bam. And let's check the blade play on it. Side to side, nothing. Front to back, also very solid, nothing that I can feel. So great little blade on there. All right, we hit the Phillips screwdriver. Next in the lineup is on the other side, we have your regular flathead. Now this has the same exact feature. It's got a button on the other side, so you can get that 90-degree lock right there, as well as your 180-degree plane in that version. So you can use that as a screwdriver as well as a chisel tip. So with the two stops. Last, as far as the pop-out tools, is an awl right there. Very sharp tip. And that one is a liner lock. So similar to the blade. Kind of a secondary tool there. It also functions as a scraper. I'm not 100% sure what you would scrape with it, but if you know, let me know on YouTube in the comments. So those are all of the fold-out tools that you've got going on with this one. The last thing that you need to know is there's a pull-off tool here on the side. So you just pull that off. It's an independent tool. It's got a bottle opener on it, hex heads in metrics as well as your standard measurements, and that can also function as a screwdriver on that tip. And kind of a mini pry bar as well. One thing I noticed about this is they've bent it ever so slightly so that when you go to put it back in the tool here, let me get it in here right, I believe it's this way, there's going to be pressure on both sides of it pushing against this keeper piece right here so that doesn't come out easily. I mean, it comes out just fine, but it's not going to fall out in pocket on the road, that sort of thing, with that design. I think that's a great idea. Just kind of bend it a little bit, and then they've got that keeper right there. So other things you want to know about this, the weight on it is 6.6 ounces, which is a good range for a multi-tool, I think. Fairly standard. Feels a little heavy in hand, but not bad by any means. For all the tools that you're getting, I think you can live with that. You can see that thumb ramp right there, out of the wave. In hand, you can see it function. It is a little, I mean, if you were using this for extreme cutting tasks, there are some hot spots. That tool is producing a hot spot right there, and the pocket clip is a little bit of a hot spot as well. So if you were doing some major woodworking with this, you might get a little, you might want to wear gloves, would be my recommendation. So this is made in China, so kind of a departure from what they typically do, but still a very nice tool. The handle material is black G10, very solid stuff. So this runs for $184.95 on BladeHQ.com, and that is the place to buy it. Buy it now at BladeHQ.com.